the blackness of darkness has been reserved. Travelers in the Middle East were familiar with the disappointment of approaching a fountain or well with hope of getting refreshing water, only to find it dried up. In Palestine, in the month of August, there are occasional cirrostratus clouds from the W that do not bring rain. A farmer who looked to these wispy, mist-like clouds as zotextoi acute muritra longo, Mizpah 417 etri forces. It is not known whether Mithnite refers to his place of origin or is his family designation. 1 ch 11. 26, 43. Mithrat Mithri middle.ath from Persian, meaning gift of Mithra. 1. The treasurer of Cyrus who, under royal command, turned over some 5,400 temple utensils of gold and silver to the Israelites for return to Jerusalem. As 1. 7, 8, 11. 2. An opposer of the post-exilic temple reconstruction who shared with others in writing a letter to Persian king Artaxerxes falsely accusing the Jews. As 4. 7. Mytilene met middle.y. The principal city of Lesbos, an island in the Aegean Sea off the W coast of Asia Minor. While en route to Jerusalem in about 56 CE, the Apostle Paul sailed to Mytilene from Assos, a seaport on the mainland of Asia Minor about 45 kilometers 28 mi to the NNW. Act 20. 14. The fact that no mention is made of Paul's going ashore may imply that the ship merely anchored at Mytilene, perhaps because the needed winds had abated. On the following day the ship continued SSW toward Chios. Act 20. 15. It is believed that Mytilene originally occupied a small island off the eastern coast of Lesbos. But as the city grew it may have been linked with Lesbos by a causeway and expanded along the coast. This would have created a harbour on the N side and also one on the S side of the causeway. The city was famed as a seat of literary learning and for the architectural beauty of its buildings. Mixed company. A group of alien strangers who departed from Egypt with the nation of Israel. X 12. 37, 38, FTN. Compare X 12. 43-49. Some of these people may have been Egyptians or other foreigners who chose to follow the true God and the nation of Israel after witnessing a number of Jehovah's blows against Egypt. Others of this group were likely Egyptians who had married Israelites as well as the offspring of such unions. The Israelitess Shelomith of the tribe of Dan, for example, had an Egyptian husband and at least one son by him. La 24. 10, 11. This same group is also called the mixed crowd or the cluster of people. The rabble in Numbers 11. 4. Doubtless both their non-Israelite background in the rigors of the wilderness trek prompted a complaining spirit among them that became a source of contention. Their expression of selfish longing spread to the Israelites, so that they too began to weep and say, "How we remember the fish that we used to eat in Egypt for nothing, the cucumbers and the watermelons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. Our eyes are on nothing at all except the manna." New 11. 4-6. At Nehemiah 13. 3 and Jeremiah 25. 20. The expression mixed company denotes non-Israelites. The Nehemiah reference pertains to such foreigners as Moabites and Ammonites. NE 13. 1. That the sons of these foreigners half Israelite may also have been included is suggested by the fact that earlier the Israelites dismissed both their foreign wives and sons. As 10. 44. Mizpah Mizpah meaning watchtower. 1. A region inhabited by Hivites and situated at the base of Mount Hermon was known as the land of Mizpah. Jos 11. 3. At least part, if not all, of this area may also have been called the valley plain of Mizpah. Jos 11. 8. The land of Mizpah possibly was the region around Benias Caesarea Philippi to the east of Mount Hermon or the plain of Mount Hermon along the Wadi at time. 2. A Judean city in the Shephelah. Jos 15. 33, 38. Its precise location, however, is in question. One suggested identification is Bet-Safia, about 9 kilometers 5.5 miles of ancient Azekah. 3. A city in the territory of Benjamin. Jos 18. 26, 28. Although some suggest Bisam will see. 8 kilometers 5 mi and W of Jerusalem as a possible identification, most favor Tel Nasbasi. 12 kilometers 7.5 mi of Jerusalem for the ancient site. An interpretation of certain archaeological findings seems to favor Otextoi acute Muritra Longo. Mizraim 418 occasion the Israelites fasted and confessed their sins. When word about their assembly at Mizpah reached the Philistines, they took advantage of the situation to launch an attack. But Jehovah threw the enemy into confusion, enabling the Israelites to subdue the foe. Apparently to commemorate this God-given victory, Samuel erected a stone between Mizpah and Jeshanah, calling it Ebenezer, meaning stone of help. Thereafter Samuel continued judging Israel and, as he did so, made a yearly circuit of Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah. 1-7. 5-16 later, in 1117 BCE another assembly at Mizpah witnessed Samuel's introducing Saul as Israel's first king. 1-10. 17-25. In the 10th century BCE Mizpah